Hello, everyone. We've reached the final full moon of 2024. Today, we're going to talk about all the feng shui to make the very most of this. I've been talking a lot about ending the year on a high note. I'm a huge believer that how we end things sets us up for how we begin the new. I did a whole video on ideas to end the year on a high note. You can check that out on the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet and you watch these videos, please subscribe, like. YouTube's doing weird things right now. And in order to get videos out to people, the more you click a button or leave a comment, the better. And I really seriously appreciate it because there's so much excellence this year. And there's so much that is coming that we've never experienced before. And we're going to have a lot of fun as this year unfolds ahead. Now, the Gemini full moon on Saturday, Sunday is the 15th, checking. Sorry, let's just say Sunday the 15th. But think about this, the whole weekend is this culmination of letting go. Gemini has a lot to do with being sparkly and charismatic and dynamic and social and also clever and genius and really expressed in a brilliant way that's undeniably you. So this isn't about just being loud or look at me. There's a sense that you know exactly who you're talking to. When you're in this Gemini energy, you're like, wow, this is the essence of the person. So it's a call for all of us, I believe, whenever I see these symbols at the end of the year, especially looking at what the 2025 feng shui and astrology and energy and the year of the snake and all the things to come. You're going to love it. It's crazy. The video is coming next week. When you look at what's happening, what's coming, and the idea of Pluto being in Aquarius, it's a time of us to truly be ourselves, not to be like other people, not to emulate other people, to actually cast away all those other voices and all that noise. Because let's be honest, you can get information from ChatGPT now. Like you could type anything into ChatGPT and get a result. You don't need data. You need more of the things that are going to be prized in the new year: emotional intelligence, human connection. These are things that machines, I don't care who says it, cannot replace. These are things that are absolutely incredibly important in the 2 decades and all the time to come. And so the more you can really start to be you more fully and love yourself more fully and experience the greatness of who you are more fully, the better. It is going to do so much to help you. Now, what's in the way? And this is the time to declutter, because this whole full moon, every full moon is a big release of what's in the way. But this is a full moon to think, what is stopping me from being my fullest self? What's stopping me from speaking my mind? What's stopping me from having my style? What's holding me back? Is it what other people think? Is it trauma? Is it some habit that I've developed of standing in the background? Is it fear? Whatever it is, you're going to start letting it go for real. And letting it go is not just for the weekend and you're going to be like, okay, it's gone. It's a process, a determination that when it comes up, you're just going to be like, okay, I see it. I got it. Let's move it aside. I have to speak my mind. I see what's going on here. I'm nervous to speak up, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's a decision and then following through with action. And to really reinforce this change, this true change, this real substantial change that's going to really impact your life, declutter. When you clear clutter, you're not just clearing stuff. You're also clearing energy, old patterns, old things, triggers that are keeping you in the past rather than allowing you to live in the moment and really be fully you. So when you're decluttering, you can even look at it as a chore. It's something annoying. It's hard to do. Or you could say, oh, okay, I have this huge opportunity to start stripping away the things that are making it harder for me to show up. Right now, the free Feng Shui decluttering class is here. And in the description box on YouTube, you can find the link. I'll even pin it in the comments so that you can start today. It's only up for a few days this year. And I want you to do it because everyone looks forward to it. And this is a method that you won't find other places, especially with all of the energy that we work with. You clear the energy in your home, you clear the actual clutter, and you learn more about how your clutter is specifically affecting you. And this is a big deal because when you see how this is impacting your life, you have more motivation, but also you have a stronger sense that, wait a second, I can design my life. I can choose what I keep in my life. And so the results of this are tens of thousands of people have done it. It's crazy, amazing. And this is our 11th year of doing this together. It's the prelude to the Catalyst Camp where we start the year decluttering, and you can find that below. So if you haven't done it yet, get started. You're going to love it. Now, Mercury retrograde is going to be over on the day of this full moon. It's totally symbolic that it's like, okay, Mercury is more internal. Let's go inside. Let's get into our home. Let's look around. Let's clear. Let's release. Let's reorganize. Let's rethink things. Now it's time to take all that communication and move it forward. Bigger, bolder, more clear, less held back. Say what's on your mind. Don't keep it inside. You've got to put it out there. Mercury retrograde is done. All the upgrades will fuel this new year. Now, Mars is still retrograde, but Mars retrograde has a lot to do with our power. So this is a great time to be doing all the things to get ready for the new year, really deciding, where am I going to use my power? How am I going to communicate the most effectively? Where am I going to make the biggest breakthroughs? Now, because this is a Gemini full moon, your words and the power of your words are in the spotlight. I've heard lots of people talk about the words you use, and I'm not a big person to police language and say, oh, gee, you should never say a bad word about anything. You have to express yourself. But there's a difference between having a critical thought or expressing your emotions, which is so important, and berating yourself or being so critical that it's keeping you from connecting to people, or being so negative that there's no use in doing anything, where you've become accustomed to using words to talk about yourself, your life, the potential of the world, the state of the world, that it's just a big dark cloud, right? So there's a distinct difference. I am not saying that you're not allowed to ever utter a bad word. It's part of life. We get angry, we get frustrated, we have to speak our mind. It's so important. But this is key. Use your words so deliberately. Think, as I speak, I'm speaking my truth into existence. I'm speaking my life into existence. Words cast spells, and the spells you want to cast are the ones that are going to bring you the most abundance and joy and love and wellness and health and happiness and all the things. So if you're constantly berating yourself, calling yourself stupid or ugly or this or that, not good enough, what is that doing to your body? Because your cells hear those words. The world around you hears those words. What are you creating with those words? And so again, this is not to be paranoid, but if you have a habit of speaking about yourself in a certain way, or speaking about life in a certain way, or your potential or what's possible, please be aware of this, because you are going to now have this heightened awareness that you can manifest with your words. It's going to make a huge change when you start being happier and lighter and kinder to you and the whole world around you. See the possibilities. Before the presidential election, I sat with my friends, different conversations. And I said, you know what, no matter what you want to happen, what you want the outcome to be, let's look at the positive things can happen from either outcome. And you might not think that's possible, but I feel like there's positive everywhere. There's always a silver lining. And once that was clear, it became easier to move forward because it wasn't this negative world view. So, what is your outlook on everything? Do you have a really dark world view? And if you do, why? And if you do, can you still see all the possibilities in whatever's going on? Now, another part of manifesting with your words is to start using affirmations and using words to craft your future. And one of the easiest things you can do is just pick an affirmation and start saying it. Start saying it before you go to bed. Start saying it when you're running errands in your car. Start repeating these words that are going to echo out into the universe and send a message saying, I am this. I am ready to receive this. And you get to make up your own affirmations. My favorite affirmation from Abraham Hicks is everything is always working out for me. I've talked about this again and again. Whenever I say it repeatedly, everything's always working out for me. Everything's always working out for me. Everything works out in the end. It always does. And it tends to bring a lot of great things to the surface. So you may want to try that. Now, in your home, clear the air. You might want to try an air purifier. You might want to try doing some deep cleaning, dusting, things that are going to clear the air. Having conversations, that's another way to use your words to clear the air. If you have some arguments, contention, resentment that you're holding on between anyone in the world that's around you or maybe not even present, speak it out. Get it out and seek a peaceful, harmonious resolution. You don't have to welcome that back into your life if you don't want to welcome these people back in, but it's about clearing the air, having nothing lingering around you. And so clear the air and clear the energy in your home in the process. Dusting, vacuuming, cleaning, tidying up, all of these things are phenomenal. Now, to clear the air on a higher level, like I said, you might want to start looking at the actual air, getting an air purifier, opening windows more if you have nice clean air outside. It's astonishing to me that a lot of air pollution is in your actual home. And it's not outside, it's in your home from all the products that are floating around in the air and the toxins floating around in the air. I don't want to think about it in a bad way, but things can build up in a home. And so airing out your home a bit can be also remarkably powerful. Even if you just do it a few times a week, open some windows, let some fresh air in, think about clearing the air, getting the air flowing. Now, clearing energy is going to be high up in the priority list of what you do. So we want clear energy. That's all the invisible stuff in the air. So do things that are cheerful. If you're on the fence about holiday decor, go for it. Fill your home with joy. Fill your home with festivity. Put up some twinkle lights. Make everything feel lighter and brighter. If you don't care at all about holiday decor and it's not your thing, that's fine. What else can you do that's going to bring more joy, bring more celebration into your space? That's going to lift the frequency higher. There's a whole playlist of herbs and spices for more abundance that's on my channel. And so you can go to the playlist and find herbs and spices for abundance. You can watch the whole thing and you could try working with cloves and cinnamon and bay leaves and all kinds of herbs and spices that can help you to generate a more magnetic home that's lighter and brighter and feels better and better. Now, the best thing that you can do is to make the most of all the things in your space. And the best way to do that is to release the stuff that's in the way. I find that I love my home more and more as I dump all the things I don't want to see anymore. And that includes almost everything that's behind me right now is all going. It's being gifted, it's being donated, it's all going. Everything, like everything in the closets, everything, you name it, it's all ready to go, because that's a big part of clearing the old chapter. You don't have to get rid of all your stuff. I'm in a space where I feel like it's time. It's time. I'm being called to just let it all go. So keep releasing, releasing, releasing. Now, doing a release ritual on the full moon can be ultra powerful, very symbolic way to create more freedom and a path forward if you have habits and things that have been holding you back. So the simplest release ritual, you don't have to do anything wild and crazy. You can just grab a notebook or some paper and sit down, grab a pen, and write out all the things you are ready to let go of. All of maybe the heartbreak, the feelings of grief, the emotions you don't want to hold on to anymore. Write out all of the clutter you don't want to hold on to anymore, the habits, the conditions in life. Maybe you don't want to be tired anymore. Maybe you want to get rid of a health issue. Maybe you want to step to a higher level of energy or strength. Write out all the things that you are ready to release, the physical things and also the emotional things, the energetic things, the conditions, all of it. Thoughts, beliefs, put it all on paper. You might fill many, many pages and then shred it all up. You can burn it if you want, throw it in a fireplace, throw it in a fire pit. I used to put it in a pot and throw in a match and burn it and then put it in the sink and then put it underwater and put out the fire. But I am much more cautious about burning things these days. So I just shred it up, put it out in the trash, and know that I am really ready to move forward. You could do this at any time, but during a full moon, this energy of release is very strong in the air. So very, very powerful. Now, after you've released everything, it's time to dream bigger. It's time to look forward. The 2025 Feng Shui is coming soon. It's all about dreaming bigger. The energy in the air is starting to, the energy everywhere is so new. So start thinking about doing things in new ways that you've never done them before. You don't have to start setting goals right now. You don't have to start putting things on paper right now. Just allow yourself time to dream bigger and know that everything you release is making space for that big stuff to arrive. So keep on clearing energy and keep on decluttering and get ready for this epic new year. The free Feng Shui decluttering class, as I said, is starting. It's here. It's up right now. The final video arrives for you guys tomorrow when I'm filming this. So there's resources. It's a whole thing. You're going to love it. And I really want you to do it because it's not going to be up for long. And it is the most awaited for series, I think, of all of them throughout the year. So it is in the description box and it's going to be pinned below later. And I hope you love it all. This is the final full moon, the culmination. So if this year has been hard for you, if this year has been challenging, it's really personally challenging for me, really personally challenging for me. If it's been hard, if there have been things that have gone on and you're like, I want this to end now. I don't want to bring this into the new year. I want this to be a thing of the past. Write it out, release it, and commit to just clearing and clearing and clearing and being so good to yourself. If there's one thing to walk away from this video with, it's the way you speak to yourself is going to echo out into the world. So let yourself know how amazing you are, how valuable you are, how incredibly lovable you are, how brilliant you are, how proud you are of yourself, how strong you are, how capable you are, how capable your body is of supporting you, all the things. Let yourself know constantly. And with that, you will be a beacon for all the greatness that is to come. And so I love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed or liked this video or shared or commented, please do any of the above to help blast this out onto YouTube. Again, I think you've probably seen a lot of creators are quitting or freaking out, and it hadn't affected me, and then it did, and I was like, whoa, this is wild. So absolutely. And let me know how I can make videos that you want to see in 2025 because I'm ready for it. I am so excited. Thank you all again and happy major final full moon of 2024. Let's end it with a giant bang. I'm so excited. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for being here. New season starts next week. It's going to be epic. Bye, everyone.